Have you ever stopped to wonder how to become the best version of yourself in relationships? It's a question many may ask because deep down we all yearn for affection, respect, and to be genuinely valued by those around us. But how do we achieve this? How do we earn genuine admiration, not just for superficial qualities or accomplishments, but for who we truly are at our core? Imagine every real relationship as an adventure, and you are the explorer of your own self. You want to uncover the hidden treasures within your soul and share them with others. But to do that, you need a map path leading to understanding, connection, and ultimately love today. I will guide you in discovering your true value in a relationship based on 9 ancient Stoic philosophical lessons. So pay attention, for these are not mere empty pieces of advice. You often hear it's about empowering yourself in ways you may not have imagined. Get ready to shed light on the mysteries of cultivating a life filled with love and meaningful relationships, ones that are built on mutual respect and inner strength. Now let's get started. Lesson 1, understanding your true. Lesson 1, worth. So how does Stoicism relate to understanding your value in relationships? Stoics believed in focusing on what we have power over. And guess what, yourself? Value is entirely within your grasp. It's not about how many likes you get on social media or if someone shows interest in you. It's about how you see and appreciate yourself. Picture this. Imagine you're a gemstone. Not everyone recognizes the worth of a rare gem, right? Some might stroll past without realizing its significance. But that doesn't diminish the gem's value. It remains precious, rare, and one of a kind. That's you. Your value doesn't diminish just because someone overlooks it. Let's be honest. We've all experienced rejection and felt inadequate, especially in today's world, where everyone appears to be thriving. But here's the real deal with a Stoic perspective. Your value isn't dependent on someone else's validation. It's connected to how you conduct yourself, your principles, your deeds. Are you compassionate? Are you truthful? Are you living in a manner that aligns with your values? That's where your genuine worth resides. The Stoics believed in reflecting on oneself. So pause for a moment to consider your qualities, not just the obvious ones, but the deeper aspects, what truly, and you'll find strength. So in relationships, it's about finding strength in your own value, your self-worth. Whether or not others recognize it, always keep in mind, understanding your worth isn't a one-off event. It's a continuous journey, a practice that evolves over time. It's about waking up every day and acknowledging to yourself that you have value, not because of anyone else's opinion, but because of the inherent qualities that make you who you are. Lesson 2, present yourself with dignity. Now before you start picturing a lesson 2, Stoic as this stern, unsmiling figure from ancient times, let me set the record straight. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions or being indifferent. It's about understanding what deserves your energy and what doesn't. And guess what? The way you present yourself deserves your energy. So let's chat about what it means to present yourself with dignity in relationships. Have you ever noticed that sometimes we go to great lengths to impress someone only to lose sight of who we truly are? We change the way we dress, speak, all in hopes of gaining approval. But here's the key point, and this is where our calm and wise perspective comes in. Your self-respect isn't tied to your clothing stock style or the trendy spots you frequent. It's about how you present yourself, the things you do, and the decisions you make. Imagine you're in a classroom observing 2 students giving presentations. One student is flashy, using big words and gestures to impress the audience, while the other student is composed and speaks confidently without any pretense. Which student do you think makes a lasting impression? It's often the one who is genuine and comfortable in their own skin, isn't it? This highlights the importance of presenting oneself with dignity. The Stoics, known for their philosophy of self-control and virtue, emphasize the significance of living honestly and respecting oneself. So how does this apply to dating today? It's straightforward. Be authentically yourself. If you adore diving into books, embrace it. If you have a strong passion for something, let it show. It's not about pretending to be someone else. It's about feeling at ease and self-assured in who you are, understanding that you are valuable just as you are. And here's another important point, treating yourself with respect. The way you treat yourself establishes the bar for how others will treat you. If you're always criticizing yourself, You're essentially saying it's all right for others to do the same. However, when you respect yourself, value your time, energy, and emotions, you're making a bold statement. I deserve respect and I expect to be treated accordingly. Think about what Epictetus, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it. That matters in relationships. It's not only about your appearance or words, it's about your responses, your demeanor in various situations. Are you reacting with desperation or dignity? Are you sacrificing your principles to blend in? Or are you staying true to yourself, even if it means standing alone? This doesn't require perfection. We're all human with our flaws and awkward times. What matters is how you deal with those moments. Do you fall apart under pressure, or do you stay strong, learn and keep going? Let's take a moment to reflect. How can we begin to show ourselves more dignity? It could involve setting clear boundaries or refusing things that don't match our values. It might also mean treating ourselves with more compassion and respect. When you view yourself as worthy of respect, others will begin to see it too. Lesson 3, the art of nonverbal. Lesson 3, communication. I understand if this sounds a bit old-fashioned or strict at first, but please hear me out. It's not about being difficult to approach. It's about respecting yourself and recognizing your worth. So what does Stoicism have to say about this? Stoicism teaches us how to control ourselves and stay strong, but not in a strict or boring way. It's about understanding what really matters and not giving it away too easily in a world where we want things right away and keep scrolling endlessly. Stoicism feels like a breath of fresh air. Let's think about it in relationships or when we're getting to know someone. There's often this rush to share everything, our time, our space, our deepest feelings. But Stoics would suggest taking a step back. Why? Because when something is always available, it loses its specialness. It's just how humans are if you're always there. Whenever someone needs you, always saying yes to everything. Where's the excitement, the mystery, the anticipation? Let's talk about how to set boundaries gracefully. The Stoic way. Firstly, it starts with your appearance. Dressing stylishly, yet modestly, isn't just about looks. It sends a message. It communicates, I respect myself. You're not concealing yourself, but you're also not revealing everything up front. It's about finding equilibrium, expressing there's more to me than what you see. Another crucial aspect is managing your time and focus in a hyper-connected world being. Discerning about who receives your time is a meaningful choice. It's not about playing games, it's about affirming, my time is precious and I prioritize it thoughtfully. When you're with someone, be fully present and engaged. However, when you're not, it's okay to be unavailable, dedicating your energy to your own life interests and personal development. Stoicism also emphasizes emotional self-mastery. It doesn't advocate being cold or disconnected. Instead, it encourages maintaining a balanced perspective. This means not allowing minor things to deeply affect you. It's about preserving inner peace and composure. You don't freely give your emotional energy to everyone. It's something that should be earned much, like how you selectively allocate your time and attention. I'm not implying that you should become unfeeling or distant like a Stoic statue. We are all human, and genuine connections are essential for a fulfilling life. However, there's something special about taking things at a steady pace, about forming connections that aren't solely based on immediate gratification. It's about creating meaningful relationships that have depth and endurance, something that goes beyond instant access and quick fixes. It's important to note that setting limits isn't about playing tricks or controlling situations. It's about respecting yourself and staying true to your principles. It's about demonstrating, not just through words, but also through actions, that you value yourself and deserve to be treated with respect. So here's to being a bit more selective, composed, and stoic in our relationship approach. It's about striking a balance between openness and discernment, between sharing and reserving a bit, and believe me, it greatly influences how others see and treat you. Cheers to valuing ourselves in EMB, brushing a tea of stoicism in today's dating scene. Lesson 4, be ready to walk away in stoicism. There's a powerful idea. Lesson 4, about letting go, not in a distant or uncaring manner, but in understanding what we can change and what we cannot. One of the most empowering actions we can take is deciding whether to stay or walk away from a situation that doesn't align with our well-being. This becomes particularly significant in relationships we've all experienced. This haven't we? Being in a place where we know we deserve better, yet we choose to stay. It could be the fear of loneliness, the fear of change, or simply holding on to hope for improvement. But here's where Stoicism steps in. Real strength comes from realizing that we have the power to stay or leave situations that go against our principles, and we can opt for a different path. This doesn't imply that you should give up. As soon as things get tough, relationships require effort, understanding, and time. However, it's crucial to understand your self-worth and principles so profoundly that when something fundamentally contradicts them, you're prepared to move on. It's about having that inner resilience, that stoic courage to affirm I respect myself too much to settle for less than I deserve. Let's dig deeper into this idea. Being prepared to leave a situation is all about respecting yourself. It means sticking to what you believe in and knowing your own value. It doesn't always have to be a big dramatic exit. Sometimes it's a quiet choice, a peaceful realization that this isn't the right fit for you. Sure, it can be scary. I understand that feeling the uncertain future can be intimidating. But think about our Stoic pals. They showed us the importance of facing challenges with bravery and accepting life's uncertainties. It's about understanding that sometimes the bravest action is to let go of something that doesn't align with your path. This perspective can transform everything when you're in a relationship and realize that you're there because it reflects your values, not because you're afraid to leave. It's a game changer. It shifts the whole dynamic. You're not staying out of desperation or fear. You're staying because it's your genuine choice. And here's the key point. When you bravely step away from what doesn't benefit you, you create space for what does. It's like decluttering the past to welcome in the future. It's about having faith that there are better things waiting for you and giving yourself the opportunity to discover them. Let's remember that being prepared to move on isn't about being aloof or uncaring. It's about valuing and caring for ourselves sufficiently to say, I deserve something better. It's about embodying stoicism when challenges arise, understanding that our value isn't dependent on anyone or anything else. Lesson 5. Setting boundaries. Lesson 5. Silently Stoicism emphasizes the importance of actions over mere words. The Stoics advocated for demonstrating rather than just stating beliefs, which is particularly relevant when discussing setting boundaries in relationships. It's one thing to talk about your boundaries, but it's far more impactful to show them through your actions. Consider this. It's easy to declare I won't accept mistreatment. But the real test is, when you encounter such behavior, will you uphold your boundary or will you compromise? That's where true strength lies. Not in words, but in actions. I understand that this isn't simple. It can be challenging, especially when emotions are in play. However, let's recall the wisdom of the Stoics. We have the power to choose our responses to situations. If someone oversteps a boundary, it's your response that establishes and enforces that boundary, not just your words. Let's imagine a situation where honesty is a core value for you and someone tells a lie. How you respond in that moment shows how serious you are about your boundaries, whether you choose to calmly address the issue or decide to step back. Your actions demonstrate your commitment to your values. It's not about stirring up trouble. It's about showing self-respect by reacting in a way that aligns with what you believe in. This approach can make a real difference in relationships when others see that you have clear boundaries and are willing to enforce them. They gain a better understanding of what you will and won't accept. It's about nurturing self-respect and staying committed to it. Let's delve into a fundamental concept with a simple approach. It's not just the significant events that count, but also the everyday moments. How do you react when plans change abruptly or when someone doesn't value you enough? Do you brush it off or do you express calmly through words and actions that such behavior is not acceptable? This is where Stoic mindfulness comes into play. It's about paying attention to the here and now and how you respond to it. Are your actions in line with your limits? Are you being authentic to yourself? It's important to be mindful of the little moments because that's often where your boundaries are truly tested as we go through our day and interact with others. Let's aim to embody a touch of stoicism in expressing our boundaries. It's not about being stubborn or unyielding. It's about having that inner guide that shapes how we act and respond. And trust me, when you adopt this approach, people take notice. They begin to view you as someone who not only sets boundaries but also values themselves enough to uphold them. Lesson 6, actions speak louder. Lesson 6 than words. Stoicism, as we've been learning, is about using practical wisdom. It means judging people based on what they do, not just what they say in our world. Many people say nice things but don't follow through. This is especially true in relationships. Stoics advise us to see through the charm and focus on actions. Instead, Stoics encourage us to pay attention to actions because actions show what's real. Consider this. It's simple for someone to say everything perfectly, to promise things, to describe a future that seems flawless. But are they actually doing what they say? Are their actions supporting their words? That's where the truth lies. Let's be honest for a moment. Haven't we all experienced this? We meet someone. They say incredible things and we're enchanted. But as time goes by, their actions don't match their words. They promise to call, but don't they make plans only to cancel at the last minute? Yet we still hold on to their words. This is when our inner Stoic mindset must take charge. Stoicism reminds us not to be swayed by words or overwhelmed by emotions. It's about being logical and seeing reality clearly. When someone's actions don't match their words, that's a warning sign. It's like the universe saying, hey, take notice, something isn't right here. This mindset shifts how you handle relationships. Instead of being swept away by sweet words and commitments, you begin noticing small details. How do they behave under pressure? Do they keep their promises? Are they present for you, not just in words, but in meaningful actions? Here's the fascinating part. When you focus on what people do instead of just what they say, you set a standard. You're telling them, I'm not just listening to your words, I'm watching your actions. And that really makes an impact. They realize they can't just talk their way into your life. They have to prove they're genuine and worthy of your trust. But keep in mind, this isn't about being negative or doubting everyone. It's about being wise, about safeguarding your feelings with a dose of Stoic insight. It means not letting emotions carry you away, but staying realistic. So let's remember, let's pay attention to actions, not just words. Let's approach love with a Stoic mindset, being logical, observant, and thoughtful, because ultimately actions carry more weight than words. Lesson 7, cultivating healthy. Lesson 7, skepticism. Stoicism and reality are closely linked. Stoics believed in understanding situations as they are, not as we wish them to be. This philosophy is particularly useful in love and dating. We've all experienced it, haven't we? When someone says all the right words, we're eager to believe them. Even when there are warning signs we choose to overlook, this is where adopting a Stoic mindset can be beneficial. Being appropriately skeptical is akin to possessing a superpower. It doesn't imply being pessimistic or distrustful. Rather, it's about staying realistic and not accepting everything blindly. It involves being observant, asking questions, and not rushing into things without some careful consideration. Imagine this scenario. You meet someone new and they appear fantastic. They're saying all sorts of lovely things, even talking about a future together. But it's only been a short time. Your skeptical Stoic mindset would advise you to take it easy, to wait and see if their actions align with their words, and to observe how things progress. It's like a gentle reality check, urging you not to get swept away in romance and to stay grounded and mindful. This skepticism isn't about bombarding the other person with questions or doubting their every move. Instead, it's about being thoughtful. It means not only listening to what they say, but also observing their actions. It involves taking the time to truly understand someone, to see if they're consistent and genuine. The Stoics emphasized using logic and reason, not just being carried away by emotions in relationships. This approach is crucial when emotions dominate. We may overlook important details, but when we combine our feelings with a dose of skepticism and logical thinking, we enable ourselves to see things more clearly. And here's another important aspect. It's about safeguarding your heart by maintaining a bit of skepticism. You're not rushing into something without certainty. You're allowing yourself the opportunity to grasp the true nature of the other person rather than projecting your desires onto them. So let's keep in mind the importance of adopting a hint of Stoic skepticism. It's about being intelligent, attentive, and not letting emotions carry us away. It's about protecting ourselves and our emotional well-being. It's not about shutting ourselves off, but about approaching new opportunities with careful consideration and wisdom. Lesson 8, saying no. With Lesson 8, confidence in Stoicism, it's important to stick to your values and have the bravery to stay true to yourself. This is especially relevant when it comes to saying no in relationships. It means understanding your beliefs and not hesitating to maintain your expectations, even if it causes some disruption. Imagine you're in a relationship and your partner proposes something that doesn't feel good to you. It could be moving too quickly or asking you to do something against your values. The simple choice might seem to go along with it, but this is where your stoic mindset becomes crucial. Saying no in these situations is all about valuing yourself, your beliefs, and your limits. Let's be real. This isn't a walk in the park. It can be super tough, especially when you care about the person that little voice in your head keeps whispering. What if saying no pushes them away? But hey, here's the thing. We've got to summon our courage. Stoicism isn't just about dealing with outside stuff. It's also about tackling our inner struggles. Head and saying no is all about self-respect. It's about demonstrating that you hold yourself in high regard and won't accept anything less than what you deserve granted. It comes with a risk. You might end up losing them. However, here's the important point. If refusing something that contradicts your values pushes someone away, then perhaps they weren't the right match for you in the first place. Taking this approach can truly transform the dynamics of a relationship. When someone realizes that you're unafraid to say no and that you won't compromise your values just to please them, it changes how they see you. It demonstrates that you have self-respect and that you value yourself. And let me tell you, that's incredibly appealing. And here's another Stoic perspective. Saying no isn't just about establishing boundary with others. It's also about being truthful with yourself. It's about recognizing your genuine desires and needs in a relationship and sticking to them. It's about not allowing the fear of loneliness to push you into decisions that aren't aligned with your true self. Let's pause and reflect on this. Let's affirm that saying no is not just acceptable, but essential. It's about staying authentic to ourselves, living with integrity, as the Stoics emphasized. It's about nurturing relationships founded on mutual respect and sincere connection rather than fear and concession. Lesson 9. Never chase, always value. This connects well with all the Lesson 9 things we've been talking about, especially when we view it through our Stoic perspective. Stoicism teaches us to concentrate on what we can control and to release what we cannot. This idea is very impactful when we think about relationships. It means realizing that pursuing someone who is moving away from us is not just useless, but also goes against valuing ourselves and knowing our own value. Imagine this situation. You're dating someone and everything seems great, but then they start distancing themselves. Our natural urge, which we've all experienced, is to run after them to try and bridge that gap. But here's where Stoicism can guide us. The Stoics would ask, why are you pursuing something that's not within your control? The answer lies in your self-worth, your dignity, and your inner peace. Chasing after someone who is pulling away is akin to trying to catch water in your hands. It's pointless and leaves you feeling empty. Instead, the Stoic approach encourages you to stand firm in your self-worth. If someone is moving away from you, let them go. It's not about being cold or unfeeling. It's about realizing that you cannot control how others feel or behave, but you have full control over how you choose to respond. Let's face it, this isn't simple. Resisting the urge to check case. Someone takes considerable inner strength. However, it's about having faith that if someone truly values you, they will show it. It's refusing to let someone else's behavior define your worth. It's affirming, I deserve respect. And if you can't see that someone else will, this mindset transforms everything. It puts the power back in your hands. You're no longer subject to someone else's unpredictable action. You're in charge of how you feel and what you do. It's empowering, and frankly, it's freeing. And here's the kicker: when you stop chasing after others and start investing in yourself, your life, your development, wonderful things occur. You naturally attract individuals who are drawn to your strength, confidence, and self-worth. It's as if you're broadcasting a message that declares, I value myself, and I'm aware of it. So let's internalize this lesson. Let's reaffirm that we never have to chase after anyone. Let's adopt a Stoic mindset in our relationships, composed, self-respecting, and concentrating on what we can manage. It's about discovering inner peace within ourselves, not seeking validation from others. As we come to the end of our conclusion conversation today, I want you to hold on to something very important in the vast canvas of life. Your self-worth is like the brightest thread that binds everything together, just like the Stoics believed. You can decide how you respond to what happens around you. Don't forget you are in control of your own honor and self-esteem. Embrace your inner strength. Let your actions, decisions, and limits reflect the amazing person you are. And if you ever doubt yourself, recall this moment and the Stoic wisdom we've discussed. Life isn't just something you endure, it's an opportunity to evolve, becoming stronger and wiser each day. If you enjoyed our chat today, why not explore further? Take a look at our playlist displayed on the screen. It's packed with more insights, stories, and tips designed to help you navigate life with greater wisdom and confidence. Go ahead, click on it, and let's keep moving forward on this journey together. Thank you for joining me in this conversation. Always remember you're not navigating this journey alone. We're all figuring it out together, one step, one day at a time. Until our next chat, take care. Stay wise and continue to embrace your inner stoic.